Welcome to Decades of Horror, the classic era.
Control. This is Brandt. We found it. It's... My God.
This is episode 212, recorded September 14th, 2025.
Gruesome Magazine.
And the Oscar goes to Chad.
Yeah, were you waiting for the dubbing there?
That was the dubbing.
All right. Well, folks, my name is Jeff Mohr, and on this podcast we cover the good, the bad, maybe even the ugly horror films released since the beginning of time through 1969. In each episode, we'll discuss the monster spirits, psychos, and villains that have haunted movie-going audiences since the dawn of film history.
That's a long time ago.
Wow. I think you might have hurt yourself on that one.
No, more from the anus.
The record.
God. Exactly. No more. No.
All right. What are we doing here? With me this week are my incredible co-hosts. First up is Chad Hunt, co-host on Decades of Horror, the All of Them. He's also a film producer, director with Wreak Havoc Productions, and a comic book artist and writer. Chad, how you doing?
Ooh.
What does it matter? In 100 years, who's going to care?
Feeling perfectly, feeling yourself, huh, Chad?
Ooh.
Are you feeling yourself?
Yeah. Ooh.
Normal day for me.
Donka Shane. Also with us is Daphne, who's awesome, stupendous, and likable as hell. How you doing, Daphne?
I'm doing really good. I'm kind of excited to talk about this movie with you guys.
Sounds like it.
It's a weird feeling, right?
Yeah, I know.
I have a weird feeling. All right. Also joining us is Doc Rotten,
God,
who is out and about. What happened, Doc?
What
You're the only
happened?
one in that room, right?
No, that's it. Get that off the screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was the
I
dog.
thought maybe you whatever.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
I'm not going anywhere.
How you doing? I'm doing great. Doing great.
I am too. And last but not least is Bill Mulligan, writer, director, special effects guru, dad about town, published author in Rom and a story in Vampire Hunters, and an all-around night.
They look backwards to me, but I guess they look okay. I don't know. Well, no, this is pretty much what the mirror shows, so yeah, I'm happy with that.
All right, Decades of Horror partners with Play Now Media on several of their channels. In fact, Classic Sci-Fi Movie Channel, the Classic Horror Movie Channel, and the Wicked Horror TV Channel shows Decades of Horror, the Classic Era, and Decades of Horror, the 70s. So you should check those out. And we do have a promo code for them. The promo code is DOH60, DOH all caps 60. And for that, you get 20% off your first payment. So if you subscribe for the monthly fee, $7.99 a month, you'll get $1.60 off. The annual fee is $60, so you will get $12.50 off. No, 12. See, I told you, I spent the whole weekend with my wife and her sisters, and my brain's just not recovered.
Math is hard.
I'm hearing voices, stuff like that. So anyway, but yeah, you should check it out. And if you want, you can just go there and just check them out. Like, like other channels, you can go like Tubi. You can go and just search and browse what they have, and you can watch them, but you're going to get ads, and there's some premium content you'll miss out. If you register on their page, get a username and a password, then it will remember you. You can save things to a list. It'll remember how far you were in a movie when you go back to it, that kind of stuff. But you'll still get ads, and you'll still miss some of the premium stuff. But if you pay the subscription fee, then you will see everything. We're not premium content. I'll just let you know. So you can see us just fine. All right.
We are stupendous.
Yeah, so check them out. We are a spoiler podcast, so the movie we're talking about today came out in 1961, so 64 years ago. You should go watch it if you don't want it spoiled, because we're going to talk about everything right down to the beginning, because we just can't keep our mouth shut.
That's why we're here.
And what we do is we start out with some basic details of the film, do first impressions for each of us, and taglines, and some other stuff, marketing, and then just kind of talk about the film in general, cast, crew, etc. So our movie today is Reptilicus from 1961.
Boy, that's a riveting shot right there.
Yeah, there's a reason I put that on. So there's a picture of a Danish farmer who's looking at his dead cows, I think, if I remember right.
It's just a cow.
And he's got a grip on his pant pleats that he just won't let go. I don't know if he was afraid of what he was doing with his hands, but I had to put that up because I'm watching him while he's doing it. I'm going, is he holding on to his front pleat on his pants? Yes, he is.
He's so angry about his cows that he's got to hold on to something, or he's going to start punching trees.
Or generals.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the picture. It's not a captivating picture.
Well, now that you've said that, I'll never be able to watch it the same way again. I'll be just like, I'm not listening.
So look at those pants. Yeah.
I'll be like elbowing my wife. Look at how he's grabbing the pleats, and what's wrong with you?
It was what all the cool people did in 1961.
It must have been. Yeah.
So this movie is kind of interesting because it's really two movies. They had roughly the same crew and cast, but they had a Danish director that directed it, and then they had an American director that directed the English version, and they actually did it separately. It's really two different movies, and we'll talk about that later. But anyway, the Danish director was Paul Bang, and the U.S. film was directed by Sidney W. Pink. It was written by Ib Melchior, which should be a name familiar to sci-fi fans, and Sidney Pink, from a story by Sid Pink. The cast includes, and I'm going to butcher these, they're all Danish, so I didn't look up their pronunciation. So Bent Mejding, Asbjørn Andersen, Pavel Voldijk, and Smyrner, Mimi Heinrich, Dirch Passer, Carl Ottesen, Ole Visborg, Marlies Behrens, and Bodil Miller.
Dirch Passer sounds like an occupation more than
Yeah. So and Marlies Behrens was only in the U.S. film, and Bodil Miller was only in the Danish film mostly. Production company Saga Studios in Denmark, was filmed in Copenhagen and Charlottenlund. Filming started July 18th, 1960. I don't know how long that took. It was released in Denmark on February 22nd, 1961, and in the U.S. on November 22nd, 1962 in Nebraska, Ohio, and Texas. Budget, $380,000. Estimated, and the synopsis: after copper miners discover a piece of the frozen tail of a giant prehistoric reptile in Lapland, scientists inadvertently bring it back to life. Always inadvertent, isn't it?
I'd throw you in jail if it wasn't so inadvertent.
Oh yeah. All right, let me take the pleat holding guy down. And
you're holding them pleats awful tight.
We'll go to
you don't know what I've been through.
We do first impressions next. So first up, this is Bill's pick. So Bill, why did you pick this? When did you first see it?
Why?
What do you think of it now? And tell me if you watched the just the English version, or if you also watched the Danish version.
I've seen the Danish version a long time ago. I only had time to watch the English version this week. But I think my first experience with Reptilicus was being a huge fan of the monkeys. back when it was first run on TV. I thought that was really cool. I liked the Monkees better than the Beatles at first, and then I wised up. But yeah, and they kept, every now and then you'd see clips of this dinosaur flying through the air, and I was already a huge dinosaur and Godzilla fan, so eventually I got to see Reptilicus. It was on TV, and I watched it. I was like, oh God, I kept waiting for the flying scenes, and they never came. But I'm like, oh, who knows? I'll bet there's a story there someday, but I'll never know what it is. Well, now we know everything. And I thought then what I think now. It's a dumb movie, but I really enjoy it. I have a lot of fun watching it. I have a lot of nostalgia watching it. Watching it this time, I realized, boy, it's a long time before Reptilicus shows up. You know, it's like half the movie, and like, this is really like a travel log for Denmark. Why are they wasting all this time showing the sights? It's like, look, there's the Little Mermaid. Look, there's Ministry of Justice. It's like, there's not a whole lot in Denmark. But then you realize, man, Denmark just brought out, it's like, oh yeah, well, you can use our army. Yeah. What the hey? This is going to put us on the map. So they got some really good, not the usual stock footage that you see in all these other movies. They wasted a ton of money taking these guys out and doing all kinds of stuff. The flamethrower looks good. It's like, man, Denmark's rocking up. I'll bet they really helped win the war in World War II. They're talking about it. So, now the monster's terrible. There's no getting around it. I mean, he's kind of a cool design. He looks good in still photos because he's very dragonish, and there aren't that many dragons. Yeah, you know, he's got that dragon look. He's really the Danish version of Manda. I've always liked Manda, and I like Reptilicus too, but not a whole lot of effort is made to make him look like anything other than a hand puppet or someone, just a little marionette dancing on the strings. They gave him some cartoon acid breath. It's just an odd little movie. But I do remember as a kid, there were some parts of it that I really liked. I liked the idea that, oh no, if you knock off a piece of him, he just grows back. So, okay, that limits what you can do. I liked the general because he's really intense. He doesn't seem terribly bright. They tell him, if you blow it up, there'll be 1,000 of them. He's like, damn it, I'm a soldier. This is what I do. You're like, okay, but did you hear what he just said? There'll be 1,000 of them.
But I'm going to blow them up real good.
Well, then I'll blow them into 1,000 pieces, and eventually they'll starve to death because they'll have eaten us all. I like the ending because I always liked those 1950s, the end, ? So that was cool. It's fun, dopey, just dopiness, dopey fun. And yeah, it is interesting watching. I keep waiting. There should be Japanese people running from Reptilicus, but it's just a bunch of happy Danish people. And I'll never forget, as a kid, the scene that affected me the most doesn't have Reptilicus. It's a bunch of people on bicycle going over a bridge. Because It's like, wow, they really committed to this role, because that looks like it could hurt.
And by going over the bridge, you mean going over the edge of the bridge?
Yeah.
Not just going over the bridge.
Is there a more useless person in cinema than the guy who's in charge of that bridge? Because I don't know anything about drawbridges, so I'm just talking out of my hiney hole here. But I'm thinking the difference between raising the bridge and lowering the bridge is probably a button. Or, something pretty simple. It looks like once someone goes in there who actually doesn't completely lose their stuff, it was pretty simple to lower it back down. But this guy, it's like, it's going up and there's a monster. You're going to hide in the corner. Like, wow, you got to be fired instantly. Anyway, I really like this movie. I hope everyone else enjoyed it too.
All right.
Enough said.
Thanks, Bill. Let's just go down the line here. Daphne,
Okay.
How about you? Had you even heard of this before?
I don't know if I've heard of it before. I'm going to say probably not. I saw the Danish version. I was going to watch the American version, but I just couldn't do it. Although I really wanted to see the slime, and the bits that you guys that we got for the podcast look really fun. So maybe I'll go and watch it again. Hadn't seen it before. Didn't know what to expect. It was cool to see a Danish, version. I like a good monster movie. I don't understand I'm still confused about the singing and dancing, and it was fun. It was fun.
It was fun.
And I do like Bill said, I thought I like that they had the plot line that, you know, if he got blown up, it would just make more and more and more. I thought that was pretty cool. And the ending too. But yeah.
All right. Let's go to Monsieur Chad Hunt. What'd you think?
Why?
Have you seen this before?
I have not seen this before. I thought I had, and I've seen bits and pieces of it here and there, like on clip shows and stuff, but I never knew what it was until now. And I just was dumbfounded and laid to waste by this movie. I had no idea. This is one of the dumbest movies I have ever seen in my entire life, but it was fun to watch. It was really fun to watch. You know, anybody here could have made it Reptilicus. I mean, this is Reptilicus. You know, and it just had some of the, I don't know, and the translation into English is pathetic. I mean, it really is pathetic. And some of the reasoning behind some of the things that they do, like the doctor, you know, I need you to go into town and I need you to find the dumbest looking person, preferably with overalls and a checkered shirt. The dumber the better, so to put him in charge of security. You know, and when he walks in, the doctor walks in and he goes, "Unfrozen." I was like, wow, that was a deep cut there, Doc, on what's going on. It was just incredibly inept and stupid, but it was a lot of fun to watch. And the green slime, I watched the American version, I guess, but the green slime was funny. The guy going down the gullet of the monster.
Oh yes,
I laughed my ass off when they showed that.
I missed the good stuff.
It was funny. It was hilarious. I don't know. I heard the Danish version had that song and dance number. I'm sorry I missed that. but
you did get the Tivoli Night song in there.
Yes.
Or just a song, I guess.
You know, yeah. This was the part of the show where we go, not so. You know, this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. So this was, I had fun watching it though. Any giant monster movie, I'm in. So it was a lot of fun, even though I've just found it incredibly hilarious and dumb and stupid.
I'm with you. Doc, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, what Chad said. Yeah, I had not seen this. I think maybe I'd seen like the old 8mm ones that you used to get in the little boxes.
Yeah.
I feel like I saw that because of some of it looked familiar, but not a whole lot of it. And I was expecting him flying for the same reason. So I saw the American version and there was no flying Reptilicus. He just kind of slinked along and threw up bile on everybody. It was so it's dumb, like you said. Had a great time. I had one observation I wanted to make because there's really not much else to say. Is that it's dumb, but you'll have a good time. A couple drinks and you'll even have a better time. But I think Steven Spielberg was perhaps inspired by this movie. There is a scene that looks very much like a scene in Jaws where a leg flies comes
right
down the water with blood trailing.
That's a good point. Yeah.
In the Reptilicus, it's the leg of the Reptilicus, but in Jaws it's the leg of a poor dinner snack. And other than that, dumb movie.
Well, didn't they say we're gonna need a bigger gun or we need a bigger
Oh my
tractor?
God, that was
Yeah.
David said there's he said he did say something silly about I don't know. It didn't make sense a lot of the time.
Spielberg wanted to show Reptilicus's leg going down, but he thought it would confuse people.
It would. I might have been because I had just seen Jaws at the theater in 3D.
Oh
so
yeah.
The leg scene was pretty awesome.
This seems like a movie. How old is Steven Spielberg? I mean, he's around my age, a bit more successful.
Plus 20.
Yeah, and I'm sure this was on permanent play back in the day.
I bet it was.
This was on TV a lot. I don't think they had to pay a lot of residuals to show this one because they showed
Joel might have that picture, but here's the full.
Oh, there it is. Yes,
look at that.
Okay.
It looks really good. I love the red blood.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a fish tank.
Look at all the giant plant life.
Right. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Anyway,
There's a 20-foot kelp. I'll have you know, Chad.
Are you done?
They were out deep. They were out there.
Are you done, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
My face off the screen.
All right. Now I'm gonna, Lordy.
What about you, Jay?
Just to tell you where I'm coming from. This is where I watched it.
Oh, you got the 4K.
I did.
Wow.
Oh, look at that picture
box
there at
is
the bottom.
great.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Vinegar
Fucking
syndrome.
screaming.
Yeah, of course that bridge looked nothing like that, but okay.
Oh well.
It had to be the.
I'm disgusted.
So here's what you get with it.
Look at it's got the farmer in his mouth. There you go, Daphne. You can sort of see what you missed there.
Oh, look,
it's some good stuff.
4K Ultra HD. So there was 3 discs in there: the 4K English, and then the Blu-ray with the Danish version, and an extras disc. And then there was a commentary, but this is terrible. But the guy that was on the commentaries, Danish accent was so strong I couldn't understand about half of it. So, but I listened to it. So I watched this 3 times. 3 times. So here's my favorite part of the movie was Reptilicus's little Mr. Potato Head hand.
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
It was ridiculous. I'm like, they're like vestigial hands, I think, is what, because they never did anything.
They did. They kept helping keep his balance because the one time he almost fell, he was like.
So Jeff, in 4K, does the invisible thread look like giant ropes?
You know what? I generally don't see that stuff too often. It wasn't terrible to me. This was anyway.
Yes, thin.
And I also enjoyed. This is the kind of thing that intrigues me. The story about the 2 different cuts of it. So yes, this is a pretty ridiculous movie. Both cuts of it are ridiculous, and we'll talk about the difference. Maybe I should actually.
Now might be the time.
I might go into that right now. So I made myself a little chart.
We should explain that when they shot this movie, one director would shoot a scene, and then the other guy would come, or I don't know if they would shoot each scene together, or the guy would come in at night, like Spanish version of Dracula. But there were 2 groups of filmmakers using mostly the same actors, shooting the same movie in different languages.
Well, and then AIP released it in the U.S. or distributed it, and Samuel Z. Arkoff said they had all the actors were the same except one person because they could all speak English except this one person. But when they said their lines in English, Samuel Z. Arkoff said they sound too sing-songy, so we're dubbing them anyway. And there is kind of a science fiction star dubbed one of them, but I never would have known it if I didn't read it. Anyway, so the official version is the Danish version is 1 hour and 35 minutes. The U.S. version is 1 hour and 23 minutes. I think there's a 14-minute and 10-second difference in the movies. Okay. 40 minutes into the U.S. version, they've already cut 12 minutes and 35 seconds from the Danish one. So most of the cuts are in the first half of the US version. And here's some of the things that you get and don't get. So in Denmark, Reptilicus flies. In the US, no flying. In the US, Reptilicus spews out this green acid vomit. In Denmark, no vomit. In the US, the farmer gets eaten. In Denmark, no eating. Reptilicus doesn't eat. In the US, there was a character named Ms. Miller who worked for UNESCO, is a blonde. And in Denmark, she's a brunette. Now, she does make a quick appearance in the US version in the scene where the professor is giving the press conference. Mm-hmm. The woman, the brunette sitting in the chair right by his desk, that's Miller from the Danish version. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if they just decided they didn't need to reshoot that. He walks in and says, "Ladies and gentlemen," and then from that point on, you don't see her again. And then you see her right before they walk out, and he goes, "Everyone come with me." And he walks away, and just, you know, it's only maybe 5 seconds in that. Just kind of odd. Now, Mr. Peterson, who's actually, he's called Peterson in the US version, and the Danish version, he's called Mikkelsen. He sings a really weird song. He's the comic relief. He was a comedian in Denmark, and he sings this weird song to a group of kids in the playground that is really kind of, I mean, back then it probably didn't seem creepy, but it seems kind of creepy now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. About Reptilicus, and they all gather around, and he makes big buggy eyes at him and jumps around and stuff. Also, they tell him when Reptilicus escapes, the one doctor tells him to go tell the police, run as fast as you can and tell the police. So he runs outside, gets on his bicycle. In the Danish version, he tries to ride the bicycle, the chain comes off, and then and it's raining, and then the handlebars come off. And so then he picks it up, puts it over his head, the frame, and runs to the police station. In the US version,
that's classic Peterson.
It is. In the US version, you don't see any of that. He doesn't. It shows him grab his bicycle, and then it shows him run into the police station, where the police are playing chess, and one of them's trying to cheat at chess by stealing a piece off the board. Huh. All right, and then in the Danish version, there's a lot of relationship stuff. I mean, you got. It looks like the general's going to pair up with Miller, and then, but Lisa, the one daughter, really likes the general, so you kind of wait and see with that. And I think Miller ends up with Brandt, and then Sven, the guy who discovered the monster, Karen is after him, and so there's all this stuff kind of going on, and I think that's most of what got cut. You know what I'm talking about, right, mm-hmm. Daphne? You remember that?
Oh yeah, I chose poorly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then and in the Danish one, she's really flirty and kind of immature, and at some point he says, "When are you going to grow up?" And then she magically becomes more mature. And
oh man, does that work?
He grows up. In the U.S. version, damn. He says that to her, and then we hardly ever see her again. I don't think she has another one.
She grew up, had to go get a job, couldn't play around with Reptilicus stuff.
So interesting. And my other favorite thing in this, without
so funny,
you actually get a travelogue for mm-hmm. Copenhagen.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you get like a 5-minute drive around Copenhagen, pointing out. I just this was like one of those ones we talk about in the 50s where they're trying to make it a family movie. Mm-hmm. So we got singing, we got we got singing, we got comedy, attempts at comedy, we've got a little travelogue, we've got
giant monster.
It's really something to watch just because I've never seen anything like it before. It's just.
If I ever go to Copenhagen, it's unlikely, but anything's possible. I'm going to get a taxi cab and request, "Can you take me to the bridge from Reptilicus?" And I think they'll know what I'm talking about.
I want the Reptilicus tour.
Yeah. So by the time you get to 40 minutes in the film, in the US version, 12 minutes and 35 seconds of the Danish version have already been cut out.
Thank God.
And there's only another minute and a half that gets cut in the last half of the film. So,
this minute and a half of flying.
All right, I'm just so it must be. we do this fun thing here, and this is really
I think it's fun.
going to be the fun part here. Is
It's hilarious, hilariously fun.
We're going to do something called, I can't remember what it is. Oh yeah, Taglines with Chad. Chad played by.
I cannot believe this movie has taglines. Tagline number 1: Come see Copenhagen. No, I'm just kidding. Visit beautiful Copenhagen, where you'll see the Little Mermaid. Invincible? Indestructible? What was this awesome beast born 50 million years out of time?
Yeah.
He was born exactly when he was supposed to be born.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
And there's no question marks after Invincible and Indestructible. I was just curious myself.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah. See, a mighty city trampled to destruction. See, missiles and atom bombs powerless. See, civilization rioting with fear.
Oh,
Did we see atom bombs?
I don't remember any atom bombs.
I don't think we saw any atom bombs. That was the thing anyway. All right.
That's why I changed it to atom bombs. Maybe that's a different type of bomb they use.
Tom made it.
Yeah.
Tom bomb.
We'll drop a load of toms on him and see how he likes it. Yeah.
Not the bombs.
He makes good bombs.
A horrifying tale, Tail, of terror.
Because they found his tail.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you found that. 'Cause I wouldn't have got that. Bill.
Yeah, get it?
Yep.
It's my
That's
wife's
a good
best
one.
holiday roast. A prehistoric beast born 50 million years out of time. So we still don't know what he is from the first tagline.
But out of time.
The last tagline, Spending og sjav, charme og chop.
Ooh. That's a little
Excitement
risque.
and fun, charm and shock. Thanks, Jeff.
You're
Trying to
welcome.
throw me that curveball, but I think
Trauma
I nailed
shock.
it.
We'll let the Danish be the judge of that. All right. Well, and that's
Charm and shock.
Taglines with Chad.
Chad's our hero, cool and rad. With him reading taglines, they can't be that bad.
It's
I
a
wish somebody
bizarre
did ram a
tagline,
can
isn't
in
it?
my head.
Excitement and fun, charm and shock. I just
Charm and shock.
And shock.
such a charming movie. I was
Shockingly charming.
scared to death. All right, here we go. Well, let's
Speaking of scared to death, get my face off the camera.
jump into some posters here. This is our new per episode poster artist.
Yeah.
Reynold Brown again.
Reynold Brown. I have a.
It's really good.
I've got a. It's not the full one sheet, which is this is one of my favorites. Looks nothing like what's in the movie, but that's why it's so good.
Mhm.
Look at those long arms, Otis.
Yeah, he's grabbing stuff. He can build things with those arms.
That's
You want to
great.
see a
strong,
very
very
long
strong.
arm, Otis?
A really long version of the Golden Gate Bridge. Too.
Well, look at that. Just keeps going.
Yeah, it goes on forever into the sunset. It never ends.
Got 5 uprights.
Look at the people standing around their cars watching as their world
What are
Yeah.
the
crashes
people in
around.
front doing? Are they on a raft? What is going on?
I think that
What's happening?
pulling out
All
of
right.
water.
They cut that off of a Doc Savage novel and slapped it
Yeah.
on there.
Is that Charlton?
My best shirt.
But you're going to have to describe these now, Bill. You did yourself.
So
time.
this is just a great.
Okay, go back.
I mean, this is a great poster. Brown
Mhm.
is always good. He's destroying the world's longest bridge. He's grabbing it with his arms, which he certainly could not do in the actual movie. He's a cool looking dragon. Just great looking. Doesn't look like he's just flopping around ineffectually, bumping into miniature scenery.
Gorgeous
awesome.
color.
He's got a semi in his mouth too.
He ain't got
Yeah,
no
sure.
wings though.
Well, no,
Not that we can see.
yeah.
They haven't grown out yet. All right, so let's take a look at this one.
Growed out. I
This
missed this
one's-
monster.
Yes. Here's well, I think this is Reptilicus in both his forms, his just flopping
Oh.
around form and his flying form. And
Thought that was
it looks like they're two monsters fighting each other, but I think it's the many faces of Reptilicus.
He's reached his chubbicus form.
Again, with better arms than the actual Reptilicus.
Is this Italian? I'm trying to.
There's no half-dressed women on it.
It
It says Spaghetto di Sid Pink.
Can't tell by the change of the title.
Yeah. Reptilicus pretty much means Reptilicus in
LA
English.
Globe Films International present. Yeah.
Huh.
I should have checked that out first. But yeah, it's okay.
It's not bad. Yeah.
Crashing some buildings.
There's some interesting
But it's-
colors.
Yeah.
It's attacked by another Reptilicus, apparently.
New York
All
City buildings instead. What is
Yeah.
Okay, so this looks a little baffling.
There was a cop in the movie.
what's happening down below?
Was
There's a cop who's angrily yelling at his girlfriend because she, I don't know, forgot something. Women, and you know that takes up 3/4 of the poster, and then just squeezed into the bottom, we've got 3 dinosaurs, none of which actually is kind of a Stegosaurus, kind of
oh my god.
T-Rex, and kind of a pterodactyl. What does this have to do with anything? I don't know.
Il Mostro Distrugitore. That must be, is that Italian?
That's Italian. Yeah, this is
Monster
Italian.
in the drugstore. I don't know.
Actually, that stands for. Actually, had that written down. Reptilicus, the destroying monster.
Oh, he does that.
And the cop looks like a stroke victim. Look at that mouth.
He looks like Edward G. Robinson.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a monster
see?
tearing up Denmark. Yeah, see?
Get the police over here right now, you dirty rat.
I was thinking it was Putty from Seinfeld.
Yeah, that's right.
Or the
Or
tick.
maybe
It's
Tootie
better.
from
Yeah.
Car 54. Where are
Yeah.
you? All right. And
It's a monster.
This is a variation on the first one where they've just
Mhm.
taken the elements and made them solid colors. But I do like the devilish redness of
Mhm.
Reptilicus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this looks like a cool movie.
Yeah.
he's got a ship in his fist there,
Yeah,
too.
it's
Ah,
All
he's
right.
still eating the semi, but after that, the ship.
Barney!
What the actual hell? This
I
is
know.
almost
He
indescribable.
sold
This
a
is,
sea serpent.
this
I
is
love you.
this is
You
really
love me.
a
Is
cool
that
poster.
Gilligan down to bottom there?
Yeah. There's so
Yeah.
okay.
It
I wanna
does. It
describe this
looks
to
like
people.
Mulligan. Yeah.
Oh
This
my
is
god.
it's a combination of actual photos of the various characters in those pre-Photoshop times where you just cut it out with scissors and slapped them together. And then next to them are some very cartoony, not real people that don't quite fit into anything. One of them looks like Gilligan. And then Reptilicus doesn't look a whole lot like Reptilicus or anything else on this poster. This is like some kind of Franken poster made from the pieces of other posters. I kind of like
This
it.
is.
Is that Big Ben in the back or something?
There's a tower that he knocked down.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess
So,
I
and
saw a lot of
Reptilicus
knocking
himself is purple with green lips.
Yeah.
Seems to be breathing fire, although he's also dripping venom. So
This is, I guess, the Danish version because it says directed by Paul Bang.
Oh.
So.
All
All right. What else we got here? What'd you? All right.
Meow.
And
Another
then
Italian.
this
More
sorry
Italian.
looking. Yeah, this is just here's a frame from the movie. It makes the monster look terrible, but the monster does look terrible, and I'm not going to lie to my viewers. So they
Look at
just
the
stuck
hinge
that-
on that bottom jaw. That hinge is killing it.
Yeah. And then there's a pretty woman screaming, and
And I'm assuming she
You know,
has
I
no
know.
clothes on.
I'm just saying. You'd know this was Italian right away if they'd had a fuller shot of her. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah,
All
the miniature work was actually pretty good though.
Yeah, the miniature work wasn't bad. Sadly, the monster in those miniatures was pretty god awful.
I
But
just
the miniature,
warn
no,
people,
you're right. The miniatures actually look pretty good.
I warn people the miniatures don't look that great in 4K. They look like miniatures, but that's the problem with the upgrades that we have now. All right, and that's different.
This kind of
Red,
moody
three
one.
color.
Mhm. Yeah.
We've just got red
That's
and
slapped
black
together
and
from
white
the
and-
What What the hell is that
from
thing?
the other one.
Yeah, what is this? So it's the poster, the original poster, and in white against a black background, and then apropos of nothing is some flying demon.
That's the same one that was in the other poster.
Turn
but
from a
just
different
turned
color.
around. Yeah,
Looks
and
like a
colored
hooded,
red.
one of those hooded lizards. You know, the one-
Yeah.
But it's like a negative space or negative.
yeah.
It's kind of artistic.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool.
Somebody thought they were cool.
Well, the poster looks cool. Once again, it doesn't have a whole lot to do with the movie. Let's see.
No.
And I think we have one more.
Yeah.
It actually looks pretty decent.
It's
I
nicely
like it.
painted. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sea monster coming out of the ocean. They all have the forked tongue, which he did have, and looked real
He did.
silly.
He did.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he did
I
have
really like
the
color.
eyebrow things, but they didn't move.
Uh-huh.
So in terms of
The Andy Rooney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I hate? Buildings that look cheap and regular in 4K, but not in regular.
Did you ever notice you never meet Danish people named Steve?
Not on the regular. No.
Yeah.
okay, the French title was something like Reptilicus le monstre des mers.
Of the
Reptilicus the
from
sea
ocean.
monster.
Oh, as opposed to Behemoth the sea monster.
And then in Spain, Monstro Invincible, the invincible monster, Reptilicus.
Huh?
And
That's
in
fair.
Japan, on the English DVD title from Japan, Slaughter of the Frozen Evil Primitive Beast Reptilicus.
Wow.
Unfrozen.
You can't beat titles like that.
Nope.
No.
Japanese title
That's a
should have
good
been something
title.
like, "Ha ha! It's not as easy to make these as you thought it was."
You should have used a guy in a suit.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, all right. Well, something else that happened out of this, it actually had a book
Oh, cool.
tie
And I've wanted to find this book because this book, and I believe the adaptation of Conga, they just farmed out to some guy who was used to writing sleazy paperbacks, and he wrote a sleazy paperback
Yes.
of Reptilicus. So kids are buying this because yay! I'm not just a kid who likes to watch movies. I'm a reader too. Well, that kid got an eyeful and an education because it is chock full
That
of
is a
graphic 60s sex.
Wow.
monarch book, a high tension story of a prehistoric monster no modern weapon
women who
could
love
kill. Yeah.
The women who love them all.
All right. But
Those creatures on the cover of the comic book down in the bottom right look like they're having a great time.
They are.
Oh, look how happy they are.
Waka
but
waka.
what's this story, Bill? Because I had read
So,
some about it.
Yeah, so they made I think it might be Charlton
yeah,
Comics.
Yep.
Yeah, Charlton Comics. Okay, so if you don't know, Charlton Comics was like there was Marvel, there was DC, and they're the ones that did like Bugs Bunny, Down, these others, and then down at the bottom was Charlton. Their stuff always, with the cheapest printing and everything else, but because they didn't give a rat's ass, they let people like Steve Ditko just do whatever they wanted. And even though they paid horribly, a lot of artists enjoyed working for Charlton because you could do whatever, and like the Ditko stuff is incredible. And then they would get like the rights to movies that nobody else wanted. So it's not like they got into a bidding war with Marvel over Reptilicus. And they would do this. So we had Reptilicus, but then there was some problems. The book is so sleazy that the director or writer tried to sue for them doing this. And so there was some trouble. And I think Charlton just thought, you know what? Really, nobody cares. So they changed it to Reptosaurus pretty quickly. And it lasted a few episodes. I don't know who did the art. I don't think it was Ditko. It's pretty sad, but it was Ditko did Gorgo, I think.
Yeah.
And that's some fun stuff there. But Reptilicus, Reptosaurus, it's not good.
Does that one monster have a door in its neck? With somebody
Looks
peeking
like
out?
It is.
Yeah,
There
it
is. There's wow. Thanks
It
for
must
catching
be
it.
a Trojan Reptilicus.
It must be Reptosaurus.
Must be why he's smiling so big too.
Oh,
Reptilicus,
Mecha
actually.
what I read was they only had the license to use Reptilicus for 2 issues for some reason, and and you might be right that they bitched and sued them, so they changed the name. They did the total was 8 issues, which I think they did put into single volumes, all 8 in a single volume. I don't know if those are still available, but I saw covers for it. But yeah, and I think it was sort of Reptosaurus is sort of that's the thing that came out of the leg. That's why it has a different name and looks different.
Oh, so Reptosaurus is the little leg all grown up with a door in his throat. There's a kid standing there. Maybe he controls him. See, now I want to go get this.
Yeah, I just
I have no idea.
I can't figure that out either, but it's cool.
That's
And
not
are those
just another
flames
foreign
coming out
superhero.
of its mouth or
Sure.
double tongues?
Smoke out of his nostrils, whatever. Well, the U.S. director was Sidney Pink, and he's done some stuff. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember which of these he directed or which he was producing or writing, but he's responsible for some pretty cool things. Buona Devil, terrible movie, but was the one that really got 3D going. It's based on the same story as The Ghost in the Darkness, the 2 lions that were just like popping humans like they were candy when they were trying to build a railroad through Africa. And a lion in every lap, a lover reaching out and is like, wow, 3D, it's so cool. But my favorite, Angry Red Planet, is just a lot of fun. In the motion picture miracle of Cinemagic, which is, it's like a black and white movie, but they put a filter in front of it so everything's red or green or whatever. And it's on Mars, and now everything's red. And it's got the giant crab, rat, monkey monster. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Way better.
So he
than
was a
Reptile.
producer of Angry Red Planet.
Okay.
And you have Journey to the Seventh Planet on here. Yeah.
Journey to the Seventh Planet, Pyro.
Producer on that too. Although
And then the one I've never been able to see, actually, I couldn't even find a good poster for it. The Twonky, way ahead of its time. A robot or alien. Okay, a living television set takes over like a family.
I like.
How
it.
did he know?
he directed. Oh well, let's see in order. 7 films. I Was a Burlesque Queen.
So what films did he direct, Jeff?
I was a Burlesque Queen. The Green-Eyed Elephant.
I see what you did there.
Reptilicus, Journey to the Seventh Planet, Finger on the Trigger, The Tall Woman, and Christmas Kid.
Oh, interesting.
The Tall Woman is a spaghetti western, apparently. I think he liked operating in Europe, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I Was a Burlesque Queen. Linda joins a burlesque troupe to get information for a book she's writing without her husband's knowledge. I finally don't.
That old chestnut.
She meets her husband's boss, not knowing who he is. The boss takes a client and her husband to the show and finds her wife starring. That would be embarrassing. All right.
Awkward.
Well,
but he's like, I'm writing a book, dear. Oh, well, that explains it. Man, I could have gotten out of so much trouble.
But he was a producer.
Research.
He was a producer on 25 films.
Yeah.
So,
I think he wrote a book about his adventures.
What is the pyro down there?
Okay, I did not know there was a movie of this. All right. So.
Oh boy, Jeff's got a goal now.
I got a story.
I see another Blu-ray in the future.
No. So when I was in junior high, there was a little newsstand downtown that was like a couple blocks from the junior high school, and I'd go there to buy books and comic books. Well, they had some, I guess, what I would call porn paperbacks, I guess. And one of them was a series called The Man from Orgy.
O-R-G-Y.
O-R-G-Y. And
they stood for something.
They stood for something. There was another one called The Man from Stud, which also stood for something. But the man from Orgy,
Oh my gosh.
Sidney Pink, produced a movie called The Man from Orgy in 1970.
Wow.
And it stars Robert Walker Jr. and Slappy White.
Slappy White.
Oh my God. I gotta look this up. And what is it? It's rated R.
Yeah.
Parody, comedy, and crime. Okay. Well, anyway, I don't remember, Sometimes you learn about sex wherever you
I
can.
thought I was going to make it to the grave without ever hearing Slappy White's name mentioned again.
Special one just for you.
All right.
When are we going to do Angry Red Planet?
Yeah.
Next.
There you go.
There you go.
Next, he says confidently.
Little do you know that Chad just picked it a few minutes ago. He did. He absolutely did.
Not having any idea of Sidney Pink.
Oh, really?
Really?
You picked it before it came up? Oh, okay. I thought you were like,
Wow.
oh, my leg.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Dink.
So the screenwriter partially is Ib Melchior, and he wrote these. Robinson Crusoe on Mars. Oh, and Death Race 2000. Yeah.
That's one we'll pick sometime. I like Robinson Crusoe on Mars.
Robinson Crusoe.
Death Race 2000.
That's a good
Have
one.
you already done the Time Travelers?
No.
No, and I don't want to give it away, but the thing I remember the most about the Time Travelers was the ending. One of those great, although now cliched time travel endings. Look at that! Look at that! That's a good poster too. It looks like it should be in 3D. I wonder if it was supposed to be. Because you got monsters like reaching.
He's one of those people. He's got 20 credits for writing, but a lot of them are repeats. Like he gets credit for all the death races that came out in the last couple of decades as creating the characters or something, or original story by whatever. But he did 20 up through like 15 up through 1975. Oh! How did you miss this? He did he must have done like the English version of the screenplay for Planet of the Vampires.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that means he just translated it, or
I thought you were going to say you did a screenplay for The Man from Stud.
you never know.
Starring Slap Happy One.
He also did it for Godzilla Raids Again.
So The Man from Stud had Nipsey Russell. He and Slappy White did not get along. Let me tell you. Don't get me started on that story.
I'm gonna look those up, find out what they stood
Oh
for.
my
'Cause
gosh.
I just don't remember. They were basically
Slappy
James
F.
Bond, only much more graphic. It's the evil fighting the evil.
That was all from Spectre too, because every James Bond movie is like, yes, I am the leader of Spectre, special blah 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 blah, and you're like, okay. Did you guys really spend a lot of time brainstorming that one? Yes, we had a PowerPoint and everything. We put it.
Kill him, Slappy.
But also The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
That's true.
And they had a similar counter agency. All right, this is Asbjorn Anderson.
Yeah,
Sure it is.
Professor Martins.
Yeah, I mean, he was okay. He was okay as a scientist. He looks like a scientist. He's balding and wears white. So got a bow tie.
He loved his daughters.
He did.
I love the scientific way he found out it was thought out. He mashes it with his fist. I'm frozen.
You gotta say, it really did look pretty sad when they open it up and it's just like, it doesn't really. Oh,
I tell you
was
what,
my Nobel Prize.
that was a pretty decent effect.
Your pot pie's ready.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent effect because it grossed me out. I'm thinking, I'm not touching that thing.
Oh, the smell!
That
50
just
million years of freezer burn, and then just.
Yeah. So, well, as this guy,
he was fine. Sometimes it was a little creepy though, the way he was talking about his daughters who are like perpetually in heat. And
yes, he'll have his.
That's mine daughter. Anything in a pair of pants.
She runs off with Sven and goes, he's going to have his hands full.
With hands full of your daughter. Jeez, what's wrong with you?
Well, that was the whole thing was very odd because then he talks to the woman scientist that comes from UNESCO, depending on which one you watch, Mrs. Miller, he tells her, "Well, I'm not used to such a good-looking scientist," or something like that.
That was weird.
Yeah.
And she
I don't
kind of gives
usually
crap, and he's
associate science with such beautiful women. Normally very ugly.
like, "Oh,
Perhaps
the
you would
ugly
like to go
one
in the
is
kitchen and
fine."
make me a sandwich.
Oh, Lord.
I love casual sexism from these 60, 50, 60 movies. Like a lady scientist. Boom. Like,
This is the kind of film. It's going to be hard to talk about any of these actors because it's all the movies that they've been in have foreign titles, and I don't know what they are. He has 135 credits.
Why?
Because he's a good-looking guy. What must his like wife look like that he got these gorgeous daughters out of his genetic contribution?
I don't know, but she was not a character in the movie.
Oh wow.
We have some other casts. This is
My favorite.
the hugely overplayed General Mark Grayson.
Yeah.
He's got one of those faces of somebody that looks like they should be fat.
I don't know, but
He looks like Ted Cruz. What are you talking about? Look at him.
Oh, speaking of which, I need to go back to this. So supposedly, Robert Cornthwaite did his voice in the English version.
Oh, from the thing.
With,
Nice.
Because Samuel Z. Arkoff said the actual Danish people speaking
Yeah.
English. So
I'm thinking it sounded like the Swedish chef.
Yeah, Cornthwaite used an unrecognizable European accent. It didn't really match anything. But
Little German, little.
if I tried real hard, I could sort of recognize his voice, the tone or whatever. But otherwise, I would have never figured that out without reading about it. All right, back to General Grayson.
He's a pugnacious little cuss, isn't he?
That is Carl Ottosson.
Take charge.
And boy, is he now in the Danish one, his character was kind of interesting because first the daughter there, like in the bottom picture, the woman on the right, that's his daughter Lisa, and he comes off really angry and he says something, like I can't remember which one it was, if it was the English or the American or the English or the Danish, but they introduced him to Miss Miller, the UNESCO person, and he goes, "So you're American? No, Danish. What a waste," he says. He says, "What a waste."
Yeah.
And then,
Trailblazers. I tell you.
and then his daughter Lisa says, "Oh, I hope you enjoy your time in Copenhagen." And he goes, "Only if it's a very short time, then I will enjoy it." Like they walk off and they all look at each other and go, "Well, what's up with him?" And then the daughter
his
says,
cornflakes.
"I think there's much more to him than what you realize."
Well, he turns around, the back of his shirt says F Copenhagen.
Yeah.
That was kind of it. Well, he thought of himself as a World War II hero, and this was beneath him, kind of.
I don't know if it was the script writing or I don't want to diss the actor, but it was one of the most uncharismatic things I've ever.
You're not lying there.
And he's got a lot of lines.
Yeah.
He's on the screen a lot. So the bottom picture is, I believe that's the general on the left. The next woman, the brunette is. Oh shoot! I'm off my cast here. Is Bodil Miller?
Bodil Miller. Yeah.
In the Danish version, she's the UNESCO scientist. The next guy plays Svend. He's the guy that found. They were drilling for copper, and he pulls it. I mean, that was great. It reminded me
some of the grossest stuff they were pulling out of that.
That was really awful.
He pulls the drill up, and he kind of wiggles it around and looks at his hand, and then smells it.
I know.
I thought he was going to taste it.
I know.
Then
For all they know, that they were digging in a graveyard. There.
He says, "It's blood." Which is
so. Why did they bring this guy? I mean, what's he got to contribute to this? So I just dug it up. Okay, thank you.
Well,
go mine some copper now.
You'd think he's some kind of scientist. The only thing I figure out is he knows how to put the bridge back down.
Barely. He just runs in there, starts flipping switches and turning dials.
He did the right one. So
It would have been great if the thing was like smashing on the people.
Yeah.
why is his jacket so bad fitting?
Yeah. So
His
Sven
broad
is,
shoulders.
That's a
Sven is
hand-me-down,
played
right?
by Bent Mejding. Mejding.
Get bent,
And,
the director would say. Everybody would laugh.
Lisa Martins is played by Ann Smyrner. So the brunette
Make a good vodka.
and that bottom picture is not in the English one except by accident, I think. So then I pulled this other picture up, Bill, just to show, because otherwise we don't get to see the blonde or the one in the blah blah blah. The blue top is Ms. Miller in the U.S. version, and who the heck is she? Played by Marlies Behrens.
So would they shoot the scene with the English version, and then time for the Swedish one, and the two women just pass each other by as they replace?
Well, I don't know if they did them back to back, or if they just, because that would be hard with the directors too. I think I don't know how they did that. I really don't.
Well, it looked like they were phonetically speaking the words in
Well,
the
they
US
were.
version. Okay.
The Danish, they all spoke English and understood English, so they were hired because they spoke English, and but Samuel Z. Arkoff said people would laugh at their accents, basically.
Should have made the dubbing pretty easy though.
Yeah, it did, and it's not bad. It's not bad. You don't. Really
Who would laugh? The U.S. or Denmark?
The U.S. would laugh at the Danish actors speaking English, their accent.
Like that's the funniest thing in the movie, the dubbing, the accents.
Wouldn't we like to see that one with all the?
Oh, same.
Yeah.
Same with the wings.
Coming down the hill.
It's a big giant lizard of York.
Oh, you real?
It's the same with the wings. He said that is just, we're not doing the wings. We're cutting that part. That just is not.
So
That
think of the
is
movies that
obviously not possible.
think of the movies that Samuel Arkoff put on out there with his name attached to them, and this is the one when he says something is too stupid to go out. You probably need to listen.
You know, stupid, right?
I would have rather seen it
Well,
fly.
The weird thing is Paul Bang and Sidney Pink threw a fit. And
Paul
wanted
Bang.
the worst.
Was that his name came out of one of those porn books? No.
Pink and Bang, Bang and Pink.
He's the villain in The Man from Stud.
Yeah, that's just what I was thinking. Paul Bang. Anyway,
Let's let Jeff speak before his brain explodes.
they were.
Everyone get their licks in.
They got mad at American International for that. So American International went ahead and did it, and then they played the movie for these guys and the distributors and stuff. And at some point, they decided to go ahead with it.
Yeah,
with the dubbing. So
you were right. Admit it.
Now there is a comic relief character.
Oh boy, here he
in this
comes.
movie.
What is that face?
That is the man of 1,000 faces. All of them look like that, though.
1,000 faces is just like this.
It's like
Man,
Jerry
get those-
Lewis would be
get
telling
those
this guy, tone it
children
down.
away.
I know.
Somebody help those poor children.
I know. Look at that face. He looks like he's a.
That's when he's touching the
His head's
electric
gonna start
eel. Or
spinning around. And like, "Hey, eat kids for dinner."
Yeah, he sticks his face when he's getting ready to start singing. He sticks his face right into that little girl's face and makes a real.
She's trying to get away. You can see.
Yeah,
All these kids are milling around, and he's like, he comes along, and clearly he's the dumbest person in this group. He's like a big kid, which is creepy. And then he starts singing a song about Reptilicus, and the kids sing and dance, and they pick up the tune right away, which is impressive. And it's terrible. Like, I mean, I don't say it ruins the movie because I don't think it could, but
this is actually pretty kind of interesting. He is in the trivia, and it kind of sounds like somebody, like a family relative, said this. He is considered as the greatest Danish comedian ever! Exclamation point.
Well, that's a then well.
who's the
dive
competition?
into.
He was also the co-owner of Saga Studios in the early 70s. So later, 10 years later, something like that. Anyway.
So he's not as dumb as he looks. He invested into the industry, and
well,
he is an actor.
Let's he had done a bunch of acting before this. So
I remember I was reading who was inspiration. I think Joey Brown, another guy with a big mouth, and who is the English guy who always wore the fez and literally died on TV? You could look it up on YouTube and watch this man die.
I read that too, and I can't.
Tommy Robert something. He was like a Benny Hill type.
I've heard that story, but I can't remember.
Yeah,
he died off stage or getting ready to come on, right?
Oh, he did. This guy did, but the English guy, he's right there. He just like falls down and he starts snoring, and everyone's like, this is great. Yeah. And then they realize, this has gone on for a long time.
So this guy, if you think that his mission in life was to be an actor, it says he never did well in school, being the class clown, which had a negative effect on his grades. He did especially badly in mathematics, which came to follow him the rest of his life. When he left school, he wanted to become an actor, but his father insisted that he should become a seaman like himself. In 1944, he attended maritime school. Life at sea, however, did not go well. He was seasick all the time.
He didn't like the pants.
So I bet he made that expression at the top a lot.
Or the hat.
That bottom picture cracks me up. Look, listen, first of all, I was sticking my hand in an electric steel tank, and it was shocking me. Normal day, right? Then this big giant monster comes along.
So anyway, I was nowhere near those kids, so I don't know what you're talking about.
The bike scene, you guys were...
Yeah, I almost feel like I can see it in my head.
Did you catch Daphne, where he goes to hop on the bike and he tries to pedal and they just spins.
Yes,
and then he is like gets off it or something. Then he grabs hold of the handlebars and they come right off in his hands.
What a day!
Then he picks this thing up and hooks it over his head, takes off running awkwardly down the street.
The lighting wasn't very good, so
no, it wasn't. It was a dark and stormy night.
Was some of the music for Reptilicus, like when we're seeing the monster flying, it sounded like a slide whistle, and it's like what are you trying to sell, the Volkswagen thing or something? I mean,
so this says he worked from 67 to 74 at the famous, it looks like Circus Revian Pabakan, where he was responsible for their greatest success ever. Many of the sketches which he made there were so famous they were seen all over the world. I thought I was trying to look him up, but maybe I was looking somebody else up. I don't know. To see if he had any videos.
If you look closely, you can see Chris Hansen hiding in the bushes behind him.
Yeah, and that one.
Now the man had range. When he stuck his hand into the electric eel, you just see like he just goes through all the emotions.
You know what? There are some videos, so I'm going to go check those out.
Oh wow!
YouTube has a few. Anyway, he was an interesting character. I especially like the part where he goes by in the hallway. There's an aquarium with an electric eel in it. There's nothing else anywhere near it. It's just
and the little taped on sign says electric eel.
Yeah.
Just in case you didn't know what it was.
Yeah. And he goes, "Oh, electric eel." And he acts like he's going to stick his hand in, but he doesn't. And then later on he does. And then that's when he goes into a
predictable results.
Physical comedic act. Yeah.
But it's some of these actors that's in this movie, it's like I tried to look them up because that I just wonder how famous they were. It's like this guy clearly wasn't just some guy that they pulled off the street,
which is a perfectly normal expectation.
Well, he had a total of 114 acting credits in IMDb, but again, and this is not against him, but almost everything has. I'm going to assume they're Danish titles, only because they look kind of like that.
Yeah.
Silly American.
I mean, this was a production. This had some money behind it, some big name actors. They really thought they were gonna, like, Godzilla was popular, and we'll have our own Godzilla.
He was in 5 movies in 1961. So
And I think it was really cool to see like the Danish version of it, you know, or at least something. I don't know how much was inspired by the writing of the script, of the American writing or something, but it was neat.
well, let's
All 5 of those movies from '61 had electric eels in them.
Yeah, they don't realize it's a running gag.
It's the most famous bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Did he do the eel bit? Oh.
Yeah, it was like his catchphase.
Everything's powered by electricity here. Okay. Well, here's our star.
Yeah, such as he is.
He was kind of charming.
Yeah. Look at those dinky ass little wings. You know, they're right. The flying thing didn't make any sense because those wings are like the wings on, you know, the Submariner. They like just say he flies with magic or something. Don't give us wings that you couldn't propel a bumblebee.
But you're right; those miniatures look pretty good in those shots.
Yeah, they look fine.
Oh, there's your. Is that the tower he knocks over you were talking about?
I don't know.
No.
I mean, I feel like they took shots of World War II destruction or something, you know, or stock footage because those buildings.
Yeah.
Maybe those were miniatures, but I felt like they were real buildings that were all burned up. And
Well, maybe they were.
Yeah. The problem with the Reptilicus, the miniatures are fine, but he looks like he weighs about as much as a couple of socks. And I just can't imagine him bumping into any of them, causing any damage. You know, not like Godzilla, man, a suit, he kicks it down. But Reptilicus just sort of
those
flops.
hands surely aren't doing anything.
No, they're not doing a thing.
Oh, I wish I saw
My hair.
Yeah, so they stuck in this goo. It's really cartoony. Looks uber fake.
Oh, that's another thing.
But it's a highlight of the film, though.
The Danish version had a scene where Karen and Sven make a trip to the beach.
Yeah.
And they're frolicking around, and they open the shot to the beach opens with a girl in a bikini standing in the foreground, leaning up against the wall. Anyway,
I love that he's telling himself off, like he's telling off the slime.
Yeah.
He obviously didn't see it coming.
No.
No, this was another thing the Americans decided they had to add this slime. There's got to be some
Well,
special
Godzilla
effect.
has radioactive. Most of the Japanese monsters shoot something out of their nose hole or face.
Yeah.
So,
Even the giant behemoth has radiation. You know what's
Atomic
Reptilicus? Just a
breath.
floppy little puppet.
I think it was. We say it's slime. I think
I think that's
meant
the
to be
tower.
venom, but it's yeah.
That's the tower I was thinking of.
Okay, gotcha.
Behind them up there.
Yes.
We don't actually see what it does when it
There was
lands on
kind of
people.
some cool scenes of him laying. So you talked about the Danish Navy. All that stuff they did, all the guns they shot, all the depth charges they shot off the ship. That was all real stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They were like
Amazing.
Bill kind of said it at the beginning, but he said they were more than happy to jump in and be a part of the whole thing. And they have a statement at the beginning of the movie to thank them for their.
Wow.
there was a lot of Yosemite Sam moments in here, like when they were depth charging the monsters. Commence depth charge. Well, if you blow him up, pieces will go everywhere. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Depth charge!
Oh,
You
darn
are so
bushwhacking
right.
bandicoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was kind of cool when they showed the depth. They tell them to stop, but then a couple more go and they
Yeah.
right on it. And
If
don't
you told
really
me just
seem to
1 second earlier.
do anything.
And you get
So the
married.
Danes wasted
Lecture.
all this ammunition and stuff just for this movie. The Russians should have just waltzed right in. It's like, yep, we got nothing left.
Well, they could have run. They could have been running maneuvers and
Yeah, sure.
just you guys film.
What are you guys doing here? Making a movie?
Well,
I mean, yeah, they got to
some
test the
stuff up.
flamethrowers out, so they might as
Give
well
me your
pretend to be-
wallet.
So, and here's let's There he is.
Look at that.
I love that. So
Don't
much.
look, children.
Gosh.
Father is being sort of. I don't know exactly if this is what they did, but I don't think it is. But I swear to God, it looks to me like they took a bunch of pictures of a guy flailing around, cut them out, and then just stuck them into like the puppet.
Frames,
It looked like really bad animation. It didn't look like a process shot. It's so bad.
My wife's like, look
I know
at
that
her.
was-
She's like, finally, he's gone.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Well, and in the Danish version, the whole family, cluster around each other, and then you see like the big clawed foot fill the screen,
Mhm.
and boom, it's
Yeah,
gone.
they all get
And you
squished.
go on to something else. So you just, I guess, he squashed them a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think this is weird too. It said to one of these. First, it said the farmer that gets eaten was Ibn Melchior's son, but I didn't think at that time. I don't think he was that old to have that farmer. It must have been this kid.
Yeah,
is
that makes
what
more
I'm
sense.
thinking.
Jeff's saying these names like we remember who he's talking about.
Dirk.
Ryder.
It says Dirk Melchior, farmer eaten by Reptilicus. I
Dirk.
don't know.
There he is. There's Dirk.
Yeah, if you're Dirk, you're like, oh, could you have picked a better name? But then your dad's name is Ib. So, yeah, Dirk's a step up.
We don't
Well,
say
better
bad things about Dirk. We like the
be
name
Dirk.
Dirk.
I've never known an Ib.
Nib.
I've never known a Dirch.
Church.
Dirch passer. Oh, there he is.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see
Sliding it.
you can see
I mean, look, that
part of the
really
cut.
does look like it's cut out of.
A cutout, yeah.
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 It's
My shoe.
On you go. A little tenderizing.
It's hard to stay in the lines though. You have to be
Yeah.
you have to be honest about that.
There we
Oh,
go.
Oh, I
you go.
forgot about that. Here's,
Oh, there you
here's
go.
the gift.
My next movie that I direct is going to have green slime transitions to
Well, I think actually I took that to mean that all those people were killed.
But we don't know. They may just be mildly discomforted.
Yeah, it
You
could
know,
be like,
They just got to go
I
hose it
go
off.
watch this green slime.
It's like, oh, thank God it's
I'm
not
on
acidic.
Nickelodeon.
does it burn? Yeah, just a little bit.
And
It's
here's the one that
Fairly
we
an
saw.
inconvenience.
Is that a
The
dead
pictures
dog
of-
laying on the beach there?
What? Whoa.
Was that a dead dog? What was that laying
Go
on
back.
the
Let's
ground?
see.
No, it's a
I think.
picnic basket.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Jeez. where's
Man,
your
I
mind?
thought well,
Yeah,
that's
you
what it
almost-
looked like.
You almost bummed us out here.
Oh, there are two tiny little wings back there.
Yeah.
Look at that. There are wings.
All right. All
Your
right.
towels won't save you now.
And then we have the ever popular.
God, can you stop that? It's driving me mad.
Needs music.
The ever popular mass mayhem, right?
Yeah, look at the woman in the middle smiling away. Just
Uh,
she had
I'm
one-
on camera.
one job, just one job. Don't look at the camera and don't smile. It's, oh, there's the camera. Come on, Marcia, it's your chance to shine.
It is kind of hard not to smile when you're doing something like that.
Man, they were swarming that bridge, and then I have no idea why the bridge operator activated it. He's sitting there going, and then all of a sudden he flips the switch. I'm like, you saw all those people running over the bridge.
Right.
Why
Well,
did you do that?
Because it was time for it to happen. And
And there they go.
this is my one job. I do one thing. And off they go. Yep.
And I don't know. I'm trying to remember if this
Population
was.
control.
I don't think this was in the U.S. version, but in the Danish version, the general and Sven run over there, and Sven walks up and automatically, I don't know, there must have been a knob that said lower bridge, because he walks right up to it, turns the bridge starts going down. The general and Sven run out, and they leave this guy there, and he's just like
To kill some
sobbing,
more,
leaning
yeah.
on the glass. You know,
I am so fired.
Mhm.
What? So that wasn't in the American version?
the bridge part was, but
Mhm.
you didn't see his reaction at
Uh-huh.
the end after the other two guys ran out. You didn't see him.
Yeah.
Although he did look showing him be very confused and hesitant and not sure what to do before he actually did it. And then after he did it and sees all the people falling down, does he lower the bridge? No, he turns his back on him and holds his head in his hands.
Goes into the corner.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was like comedy or I
felt that way about the whole thing.
I honestly okay. But the bridge is cool.
Social commentary on government incompetence.
Okay. Well, I think that's all the slides we got.
They hire their security and bridge operators, from the same place.
Got anything else we need to talk about here?
No, absolutely not.
Let's look at the notes and see what we left.
Oh, you can find something. Stop!
You just never know.
Daphne, you want to sing Tivoli Nights?
Oh, I get that. So they were actually shooting them over again.
That's funny.
They said that the same woman, she sang that live both times, but it was two different takes. One with them speaking English and with the other Miss Miller there. Or was it Lisa? At the end of the Danish one, Lisa is with the general. And Sven is with Karen, the other daughter. And you can't tell who Mrs. Miller. She's standing next to somebody that's got a army uniform on. I'm assuming it's Captain Brandt, but I don't know. They paired everybody up at the end. In the U.S. version, they show the general with Miss Miller, not with Lisa, I don't think, at the end. Or maybe it was with Lisa. I don't remember.
That must be that charm they were talking about.
Yes, I guess so.
So now you mentioned the monkeys. I went and looked some of these up. They were, it was a clip of it was used in Beverly Hillbillies and Green Acres.
Really? Huh.
And in 5 different episodes of the Monkeys. But it was one of those things, how the Monkeys would have these fast action, sped up things. It'd just be a quick clip in something, to show chaos.
Yeah. It was ahead of it. I mean, Monkeys was ahead of its time. It was really early music videos. They were kind of random and stuff, but that was fine. It didn't make any sense. I really enjoyed it. And then Mike Nesmith did Elephant Parts, which really was one of the very first music video type things. Way ahead of his time.
He was a serious musician. And Mickey Dolenz was Circus Boy.
That's right. The Monkeys were great. Come on. They weren't the Beatles, but they were pretty good.
I like the Monkeys.
I did too.
If you've got the Best of the Monkeys album, you've got a solid album of great songs.
Oh, I got a bunch of Monkeys albums.
I got a bunch of monkeys.
Now, have you ever watched their movie Head?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a trip.
Pink Floyd, The Wall, they got nothing on those guys.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, here comes Mariah.
You'll never get me alive, you dirty screws.
There's an Icelandic rock band called Reptilicus.
Oh, there is? That's awesome.
According to the notes, yeah.
Wait, where'd everybody go? I'm all by myself. Oh, well, actually what happened was we had a dreaded software glitch and it lost the sound on the last 20 minutes of our recording of the Reptilicus episode. So maybe that would sound better. Maybe I should have published that. But anyway, what we will do, most of it was feedback. So we will re-record the feedback on our next episode. We love our feedback, so please send feedback. You can send feedback to feedback@gruesomemagazine.com, or better yet, you can make comments on our Gruesome Magazine YouTube channel, and we will read them and talk about them. And we appreciate it when you guys give us more information about the movies or tell us about your experience with that movie, etc. So our next episode was the other thing we want to cover here, chosen by Chad, is the Angry Red Planet. Yay! Directed by Ib Melchior. Where have I heard that name before? Oh yeah, in this episode. Co-written by Ib Melchior and Sidney Pink. another name we've heard this episode, starring Gerald Mohr, spelled the same but no relation as far as I know, Nora Hayden, and Les Tremaine, somebody that Chad likes from a show that he watched when he was younger. So we will cover that in our next episode, and we will catch up on feedback. So there may be a specific, a particularly long feedback portion in that episode. I don't know. Anyway, keep sending that feedback in, and we will get to it. In the meantime, thanks to all the Grue believers. Thanks to Chad, Daphne, Bill, and Doc for the recording we just did. Say good night, everybody. Oh, wait, that's me. Good evening.
Gruesome Magazine.